Hollywood is going to be our next battleground.
We'll see who starts out on defense here. It looks like it'll be Envy first. Faze Clan on offense. I believe yesterday they ran Carpe on the Hanzo and they stuck with the triple tank on offense. We'll see if they go with that again here against Envyus. Speaking with Envy, they said they had a bunch of different looks to throw at teams this weekend. They were really excited to try some new comps.
Yeah, to such a degree that Kaiko wouldn't even tell us if there was a possibility that he'd be in earshot of another player. When we were doing interviews with him and saying, like, what are you going to do? He looked furtively around the room and said, I'd tell you if I could, but there's people in this room that might hear it. So they've been jealously guarding, I guess, their approach and their secret now. Is that a Torbjorn? I don't know if that's the case, but it'd be interesting to see Mickey show that pick anyway. So it is the substitution. Seagull out, Mickey in.
Yeah, right now Mickey does have Torb selected. Don't know if we'll see that here. I mean, we have seen it on Hollywood in the past.
I think we're going to see it.
I mean, he's staying on it for an extended period of time. So we'll see. This is what Envy decides to go with here. It will be Faze on offense. It looks like they'll be going with that triple tank lineup. So we saw them do yesterday. Carpe selecting the Hanzo. Obviously, still some time for him to make some changes, but looks like Mickey's out there building a turret.
Yep, he's going to get it done.
Torb.
Easier to build than an IKEA bedside table. Pretty sure the instructions only have 2 steps here. So the whole point of this turret, naturally, if you haven't seen a lot of Torbjorn in competitive play, the idea is that turret is a real nuisance for flanking players who are trying to get around the back. They're going to be taking constant damage. Farah also is a bit frustrated by the presence of that, even though she can deal with it with long-range rockets. Yeah,
and some other changes come in here for Envy. So Chips is going to solo heal this. You're going to have Harry Hook play the 76, and you're going to have Taimu play the Sombra. Very interesting comp here coming out from Envy.
Early reconnaissance assignment for Coco. Just in towards the arch, just to get a bit of an idea of what Faze are bringing. Of course, this is that Zarya Reinhardt, and of course the Hanzo in the mix. What is that triple take for Faze Clan? There it is, Carpe, death, taxes, and getting kills with scatter arrows. You know he's got what it takes. Faze Clan already have 3 kills into this fight, and Mickey's down. I don't even know if he had a chance to build up the turret. He did, but it just doesn't matter. Effect, still 1 kill to contribute to that fight. Taimu desperately trying to sprint across the point, but again, he's got scant moments of invisibility. Now he reveals himself, and again, he will be gunned down in short shrift. Faze did it right the first time.
Yeah, you got to feel for Harry there. We've all been there before. It was Carpe, just goes right up top, lands a scatter arrow. Envy still in the fight, though. Taimu is able to go back, use a translocator, stay alive for an extended period of time. Harry switches off the 76, comes back as Lucio. It'll be Mickey switching off the Torb. He'll go over to Zarya. It'll be Effect landing a pulse bomb on a spree. But Faze still in control here. A big biotic grenade comes out from Chips, gets a few members of Faze low. But the kills still going in favor of Faze Clan here.
Yeah, very much just a matter of due course at this stage. Faze Clan, the first push was very, very good to take the point. Notice how quickly Carpe had switched off the Soldier 76. He had success on the Hanzo pick, so one might ask, why switch? It's because he knew he had to maintain the pressure, run back to the point with 76. And this is Effect trying to do what he can to keep things alive. He does find Spree here, obviously getting desuited and the winning beaver actually getting picked off, but again, the EMP timing was not there. Not enough people to follow up on it either.
Yeah, and you're going to see Envy make some changes yet again. So Taimu now switches off of the Sombra, go over to Widowmaker here, going up against the triple tank lineup. And then Carpe will move off of Hanzo, go to 76. So now with a lot of the changes for this Envy lineup, outside of really Chips and Coco, well, actually Coco switch off of the Brine now, that you're going to be behind on a lot of ults here. It'll be a Sound Barrier that comes in for Faze Clan. They've not even needed it here. They get 2 kills, trying to advance the payload.
Yeah, how important is that as well, now that you have a Graviton Surge for the next fight available? Taimu set up here, of course. Anna and 76 are generally quite a set. Oh, the sleep dart across the map! Raucous don't give a damn! Taimu down to 9, but Spree is going to make sure that the job Raucous started is finished.
How many 6 sleep darts have we seen out of Raucous? In the last 2 days. Yeah, I can think of like 3 or 4 yesterday, especially in Hollywood.
There's too much to keep count, to be honest, man.
It's just been sick from Raucous, just on a play. Faze Clan now, you have a great combination of ults here. You have a grab, and you have a self-destruct. Envy, you have Chip switch off to the Hano, so now he's going to be building up towards that Transcendence. You know that the Sound Barrier still not available here for Envy. Faze in a great spot. It's going to be Taimu, though, taking out Carpe at the beginning. Not ideal there.
Raucous is being swaddled around the place right now, trying to deal with the fact that Coco really has it in for him. There's not much to be done there. The Fist of Fury find their target. Coco dealing with Shadowburn up on the payload there, and credit to Envyus because they had a lot of ultimates in the bank. They actually only really used the Primal Rage to stop that fight. That's big, because they're going to go up against the Faze Clan who's been able to bank the same kind of ultimates over the course of the last couple of fights, and the Graviton Surge coming to very little avail for Faze. Shadowburn switches now to Redemption.
Yeah, he's going to put a lot of pressure on Taimu. Knows that the Widowmaker's there in the back. It's gonna just go and try and harass him as Genji. So we see Carpe still with the Tac Visor. You have both support ults now online for Envyus. See what FaZe Clan decides to do. It'll be Shadowburn just jumping up top.
He's expecting to get shot at by Timey.
Yeah.
He was actually looking for him to try and reflect back towards the Widowmaker, but Timey knows a little bit better. He's going to be the dive, though. Now, note that Shadowburn does on the Dragon Blade, so it's going to be a little bit more clean in that regard. Faction actually gets the Nano Boost now. He drops down onto his own backline here just to try and corral the enemy away from them, but it was a little bit too late. The boop as he hit the ground sure as heck didn't help either. Mickey's found Faction. Shadowburn was really just forced to be a spectator in that fight, and Effect deals with him very comfortably.
You did get Envyus to use both support ults there, though. You know, you forced out the Transcendence, you've got the Sound Barrier out. FaZe Clan, what did you do? You invested your own nano boost into it. Now you switch Raucus off of Diana anyway. So now coming in the next fight, you'll have the Sound Barrier to use up against the squad of Envyus. We'll see if they can make good use out of it. You know, Carpe, see what he does now as he goes over to Tracer. Oh, well, you know, you tried to play a little bit cute. You saw the first time where you said he was playing for the deflect. Goes for it again this time. It'll be Timey landing a nice headshot there on a Shadowburn, taking him out, forcing FaZe Clan to wait a little bit.
Again, the invulnerability window of the reflected Genji is fairly predictable. You can actually count it down if you're familiar with dealing with that. And I tell you what, Timey's used to dealing with it. Korean Genjis? No, thank you. Shadowburn, though, is cut down by Effect here, so this is 2 consecutive fights in which he's fallen very, very early on. FaZe Clan is struggling to build up momentum at this stage. Joe Master has not really had any reason to draw out this sound barrier here. If they get sort of, you know, pushed out or staggered, he just needs to deal with that. Timey's found 4 kills off screen, though. You give this guy a bit of room, and you know what? He's not even playing back. He's not even being passive. He's literally the most forward member of his team right now. Joe Meister still hasn't used the sound barrier, though.
I mean, when? I mean, you're just kind of trapped.
Whoa! You're not going to use it now, man. That's for sure. Back to spawn. Back
He's not
to the pavilion.
He's not even happy. He's just frustrated. He's like, get out of the spawn.
It's another day at the office, mate. And for him, Joe Meister seems to be a paperweight.
I wish I could shoot like that.
Don't try it.
I have. You've seen me try.
Our ranked adventures have been utterly fruitless.
It's been interesting. A lot of our research.
Stay in your lane. Dragon Blade here for Shadowburn. It's going to be really crucial. Again, backed up by a sound barrier. So we can keep harping on this, but when the trigger gets pulled, it's going to be very, very important. Timey there. Big Angry Monkey right in his face, but he's managing this rather well, to be fair. Don't be expected to go coast to coast in this particular manner again. A bit of damage. He actually waits out the most of the Primal Rage. Faction spends so much time trying to deal with just Timey. The rest of Envyus were able to wipe FaZe Clan out. Again, sound barrier is still there, but we need to see it now.
Yeah, but now you've let chips build up towards a Transcendent.
They lost their window.
Yeah, they lost their window of opportunity because you had that sound barrier. There were no support ults online for Envyus. Now you're about even here. I mean, you have the Transcendence for Envy. You still have that sound barrier for FaZe Clan. Envy's going to get their own sound barrier here as well. It'll be a self-destruct from Mickey. That'll take out Raucus. No Transcendence available here. It's going to be the sound barrier finally coming out here for FaZe Clan.
And there's no other choice but to use a sound barrier in a suboptimal situation. You're at a man disadvantage, but this is it. 8 seconds left in the round. Timey again, keeping a respectful distance, but very comfortable to sit back. Unfortunately, it's a shocking reception. He's free to win as Faction manages to take him down. But still, FaZe are running low on numbers, running out of gas in the tank, as it were. And that limousine has a bit farther to travel now. Transcendence comes in. Raucus got picked up early in the last fight, and this might just shift a little bit here. FaZe have the numbers over the payload. It's approximately equidistant, the respawn distance for both teams here. But Effects found Carpe. That's big.
Yeah, and it's going to be Coco coming over the top with the Primal Rage, knocking one player back. Spree trying to use the defense matrix, keeps Shadowburn up. He finally falls. You see the pressure from Effect actually going back towards the spawn of FaZe Clan. It's going to be the Tankster FaZe, though, getting on the payload, just trying to stay up.
Spree can't do too much there. Mini Diva is not going to get him across the line. And what an impressive start for FaZe. And it's the individual prowess of each of these Envious players that force an overcommitment of resources on the side of FaZe Clan to try and deal with them. We saw that from Faction, an entire Primal Rage just to try and swat a Widowmaker around. Like, that's not value, that's not what you're looking for, especially from a team who's very, very good at playing in sync with one another. Envyus now already pressing forward. It's going to be the Widow straight out of the gates here for Timey. So again, FaZe Clan are going to be forced to get aggressive, to be proactive, to eliminate this very nasty long-range threat.
I love how Envy plays now. It's pretty much Timey picks a hero and everybody else figures out a way to work around it. It'll be Coco getting into the back, taking out Carpe, forces him all the way into the back cafe. So now you lose the solo DPS player you have here on FaZe Clan. It's going to be very difficult to withhold here on the point.
In fact, Faction, all he can try and do is keep the shield up to prevent Timey from shredding the rest of his team. But there are so many threats in and under the skin of FaZe Clan. Effect, you saw, had a huge impact. Chips find Spree towards the end there. And again, Faction, what do? You just hold
have
the
to
shield.
back up.
You're literally a monolith at this stage, a memorial to the FaZe Clan that we used to know, that used to go so aggressive and in your face. Now a change though. The Genji going to come out. They're going to move towards a point. Poison Mine dropped by Timey, that's actually destroyed. So no extra damage for him there, but Raucus is down at the start of this fight. They need the burst healing from Ana to sustain from this push and Envyus.
And now you're so worried about Taimu. He's just putting down so much free damage. Shadowburn is able to take out effect, and now he's going to try and get to work. Taimu lands one shot, staying alive. Oh, okay, Shadowburn gets the best of him. He will fall. Envy will unlock the payload, but...
You see that though? Every time Taimu is picked off, it's a Pyrrhic victory for FaZe Clan. They get Taimu, brilliant. You can mount that on your mantelpiece as much as you like, but the rest of your team is being decimated.
Yeah. But by the time they deal with Taimu, everybody else is dead. So there's no even point. So
you said it in like far less words than me, so I applaud that. That's basically what's going on.
Now, I broke down what you were trying to say. So the analyst here, Scarpe, he'll switch over to the Widowmaker. So, you know, one way we see it in a lot of our ranked games. How do you counter Widowmaker? Only with another Widowmaker. So Scarpe try and get the best of Taimu here. Lands a shot on effect. Effect forced to back down. That's going to be the Transcendence here. Out of chips, trying to keep everybody up as they dive in deep. It'll be Coco using the Primal Rage, taking out 2. Envy has control at the early outset of this fight.
You see that? Envyus noted FaZe Clan were kind of out of step. They were sort of back towards the spore behind the building, so they force a fight with Transcendence. And it works, which is actually not often the case. It's usually far better employed as a reactionary ultimate there, just to try and catch the enemy off guard and make them realize perhaps they didn't have the tools to win the fight they thought they did. This Pulse Bomb could be big. FaZe Clan are going to initiate with their own sound barrier here. Pulse Bomb dropped in by effect. That takes 3 very low, but the sound barrier keeps him in his super now.
Yeah, and you use the Nano Boost on a Fact Fiction to keep him up. You're going to get the Blade here in Shadowburn in just a few seconds. Earns it. Does he need it? Carpe picks up 2. Shadowburn gets out of harm's way here. It's Carpe on the payload, trying to make something happen as the Widowmaker. It's a beautiful play by Joe Meister, able to take out effect there, but Mickey still doing work here for Envy.
Yeah, this is not looking good at all. Raucus at least gets Mickey out of the suit. You can see Spree knows he needs to gravitate towards the payload. With Mickey falling and Chips just kind of standing there, Envyus are actually going to have to reset and go for another fight. This is a treacherous part of the map as an attacking team to get wiped because it's so far from your spawn. And to add to that, FaZe Clan have a good slew of ultimates to employ in the next engagement.
Yeah, you're gonna have Primal Rage, stay alive on the point, Shadowburn with the Dragon Blade, Carpe with the Infrasight, the Widowmaker. Envyus makes some changes. They switch Taimu off of the Widow finally. They move him over to 76, just trying to get some more constant damage. But still, a decent amount of time left here. It'll actually be Joe Meister opening things up, taking out Taimu. So just buying FaZe Clan some more time. It's kind of big because, I mean, Joe Meister 73% towards that sound barrier. You give him a little bit more time, you may end up in this next fight. By the time it really kicks off, you know, close to both support ults here for FaZe.
Well, Fact Fiction, this it's not good at all. They get the first pick off. He goes a little bit too deep again, trying to stagger out on Envyus that was still trying to take positions and set up. The question is, Envyus probably realized they want to try and use his man advantage to force ultimates, not necessarily just to win the fight. So with Harry Hook now as he pushes towards the payload again, just trying to make sure he's, you know, placed between his teammates properly. But Joe Meister goes down. He was close to a sound barrier. Raucus now tried for a Transcendence, but he's taken, no, sorry, it was the Nano Boost on the Ana. Doesn't seem to amount to too much though. Shadowburn gets 1 kill on towards Harry Hook, and now they're over the payload. This is looking dangerous, looking real scary for FaZe Clan. Spree heads for the skies, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to be cut down as he does eject from the mech. Timing on the Soldier 76, throw back to the Apex season, and it's looking all too easy for Team Envyus. The boys in blue are looking strong, and FaZe are looking black and blue.